Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the topic History Unit 2, the world between two wars. We are going to learn from this lesson after the World War I how the countries of Europe were developed and their developments leading to the Great Depression and its impact on politics across the world. The World War led to the expansion of certain industries in the hope the wartime boom would continue. However, when the war came to an end, the industries that grew to meet wartime requirements has to be modified. The situation was by political complications caused by the Treaty of Versailles. A new way of economic nationalism. Nationalism means whatever my country do, I support it. That is nationalism. After the World War, a new wave of economic nationalism which expressed itself in tariff barriers affected world trade. The war also placed a heavy burden of debt on every European country. The Great Depression. What was it? The Great Depression was a severe worldwide economic depression. The Great Depression was a severe worldwide economic depression. That the economic depression that took place mostly during the 1930s. Originating in the United States of America. But the timing of the Great Depression varied across the nation. The depression started in the United States after a major fall in stock prices that began around September 4, 1929 and became worldwide news with the stock market crash of October 29, 1929. It was known as Black Tuesday. When October 29, 1929. It was longest, most widespread and deepest depression of the 20th century. Withdrawal of American capital. First, overproduction in industry and agriculture. At the time of 1929, the industries of USA produced more products to export the European countries. At the same time, European countries also placed a heavy burden of debt. Stock market crash and financial panic. At the end of the World War I, America was financially in a sound position. At the end of World War I in 1918, America was financially in a sound position as the money lender to the world. பணத்தை கடனாக கொடுப்பவர். Money lender. America encouraged the flow of capital into Europe. The capital outflow also found outlet in new investment, which means Americans invested their money in the share market. But these investments yielded profits only after a period. Example, we invest at today, but gaining ? It took some years, nearly almost 20 years after only we can gain from those investments. In the meantime, a slump means சரிவு. In the meantime, the slump in the US economy forced the government to impose restrictions on the export of capital. This resulted in a steep decline in the volume of exports all over the world. The crash of stock market. In September 29, stock prices began to fall. In September 29, stock prices began to fall. Suddenly, millions of stocks were sold on October 29. That was a Black Tuesday. And the entire fortunes were lost. Effects in polity. Americans took money out of banks and the banking system collapsed. Americans took money out of banks and the banking system collapsed. Salaries and prices were cut. Unemployment rose to 25% and higher. Farm income dropped by half. GNP, gross national product, industrial output fell drastically. The entire economy collapsed and the Great Depression set in and lasted for a decade, means 10 years. The entire economy collapsed. 10 வருடத்திற்கு பின்தங்கிய நிலைக்கு சென்றது. The depression changed the political conditions in several countries. In England, Labour Party was defeated in the general elections of 1931. In the USA, the Republican Party was rejected by the people in elections for about 20 years after the Depression. Gold standard. Gold standard is a monetary system. Gold standard is a monetary system where a country's currency or paper money carried a value directly linked to gold. Gold standard is a monetary system where a country's currency or paper money carried a value directly linked to the gold. Rise of fascism and Nazism. Italy and Germany in the post-war. Europe was devastated by after effects of war. Empires of Austria-Hungary, Germany, Russia, Ottoman has fallen, its power and influence reduced. Germany was punished and humiliated through the Treaty of Versailles. Its treaties and colonies taken away. Germany's treaties and colonies taken away. Was demilitarized, forced to pay for war guilt. Its national ego was hurt. Germany's national ego was hurt. Italy, though on victor side, but it was unhappy for getting less rewards territories. Fascism in the totalitarian organization of government. Fascism is the totalitarian organization of government and society by a single party dictatorship. Note the word single party dictatorship. There was no opposition party. Single party dictatorship. That was one of the form of government. As a political ideology, fascism opposed both liberalism and socialism. Fascism opposed both liberalism and socialism. Fascism believes in complete unconditional obedience. Fascism believes in complete unconditional obedience of individuals to the state which represents the organic society. It was against the principles of liberal constitutional democracy. It was against the principles of, note the statement, important statement, fascism was against the principles of liberal constitutional democracy. For example, present constitutional democracy, it was totally against. It generated huge popular and mass support for dictatorship of single party led by supreme leader. Emergence of Mussolini. In 1919, fascist party found in Italy. 1921, nationalist fascist party under Benito Mussolini started aligning with conservative right and became influential. October 24, 1922, in October 24, 1922, marched to Rome. Mussolini marched to Rome. Black shirts of Mussolini. Mussolini is a party simply called as fascist. Black shirts. Black shirts of Mussolini terrorized Rome. King Victor Emmanuel III forced to appoint Mussolini as Prime Minister of Italy. From 1922 to 1943, single party fascist government ruled in Italy. Thank you for watching this video.